Welcome everybody to this event that we had to postpone. Our sincere apologies, but we are here to celebrate the launch of this group, unusual group, because it's the first time that we will have a network for a whole continent, and that is the IHE Delft group of the Americas. And I'm very happy to have you all here with us. And I will tell you that this will be recorded and we will share it with all alumni of the America in the coming days. We will have a nice program, my words, and after I welcome words of the rector that unfortunately was not able to be in person with us today, but yes, was very happy to record his speech. After each of the four alumni coordinators of the group will introduce themselves, and we will follow with a presentation by Arles Sanchez, a senior lecturer in urban drainage and sewerage, that he will talk about IHE Delft in Latin America or the Americas, past and future. And Arlis is also alumnus from Colombia, where is one of the alumnus working at IHE Delft. After I will give the floor to one of the coordinators, Marco Antonio Torrico, that has been also former coordinator of Bolivia, that he will introduce some ideas that we can develop with this group. And after we will open the floor for interaction ideas and etc. Well, this is an important moment. I'm very happy, as you have been informed, to have nearly all the countries of the American continent with a group per country very strong. Every country has coordinators, or most of the country, let's say. They share groups in WhatsApp that they are extremely active, where professional information is being shared. And now we are really willing to go with the strong groups in the continent. All the ideas are welcome because this is a group of all. So keep that in mind. And it's important also to mention that each group of alumni, so the group of Bolivia, Ecuador, Uruguay, and all the ones that are formed of each country, they also play an important role because that is the beginning, and that groups will work also in collaboration with this one of the continent. Without further ado, I will request to my colleague Vijay to please present the words of the rector. Thank you, Vijay.
Welcome, I'm Eddie Morse, Rector of IHE Delft, and very proud that I have a few moments to talk to you. This is also for IHE Delft a very special event because it brings people together from all over the Americas, north to south, and also including the Caribbean. Why is this so important for us? That's because we have a long-standing tradition in collaboration with universities, institutions, governments all over the place. And I'm happy that we're bringing this now together because I also see a big need. And at the same time, I see solutions there. The need that I see is coming actually from different parts. One example is, for example, the shortage of sanitation in some of the rural areas. At the same time, we see floods happening in different places. But we also observe droughts. We see the water shortage. We see the water quality not being at the stage where we would like to be. But another issue that I also observed is coming from a recent report from Bloomberg, where they identified the next crisis for the United States being actually a lack of people working in the water sector. And that is you. And I think that together with you, we could also tackle this problem. This is through education and capacity development, but also I see a big need in collaboration on the implementation actually of new innovations as well as projects. And I would like to do that together with you. So I'm very proud that today we start this collaboration, and I'm looking forward actually to hear from your side the outcomes of potential ideas and proposals that you may have. Thank you very much for your attention, and looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much, Eddie Morse, and thank you very much all of you for your patience. And now I would like to give the floor to Marco Antonio Torrico, that will start introducing himself as alumni coordinator of the Americas group, and after will be followed by the other coordinators. Marco, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Maria Laura. Hi to everybody. I'm Marco Antonio Torrico. I was studying at IHE in hydraulic engineering in land and water development. And nowadays, I working as advisors with more than 25 years of experience in territorial planning and let me something is wrong with my present. It's okay with presentation? Yeah, it is. Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry. In watershed management, basin management, and sustainable water governance across the Latin America and the Caribbean. I was working as an expert and driving international projects on climate adaptation, wetlands conservation, irrigation, and water resource assessment with international agencies on water environmental development. Also, I work as a lecturer recognized for combining technical expertise, participatory methodologies, and a strategic vision to build and lead multilateral and impactful solutions and sustainable development. I'm from Bolivia, and I'm be with you all the time whenever you need. This is my contact info. So let's pass to my colleague Rolando from Guatemala. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot.
Let us continue with Adriana, because the slide is of Adriana.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Adriana Puello. I'm from Colombia. I studied in IHE from 1998 to 1999. I got a master's degree in coastal engineering and port development. It was an amazing experience. I love it, and I'm very proud of it because I met a lot of people from all over the world, and everybody we share our interest for all items related with water. Right now, I'm working with the government trying to solve problems related with coastal erosion. Right now, we have in the north coast of Colombia, in the city of Cartagena, with other problem with the coastline. And we are trying to solve this kind of problems. And also another problem related with water, but right now with coastal erosion problems. I'm happy to be here. I'm part of this group of coordinators. And everybody, if you need something from Colombia, you are my guest. Welcome, and it's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you so much.
And something that Adriana has forgotten, that she's also country coordinator of Colombia.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. I am Rolando Lopez from Guatemala. I'm country coordinator since 2016, maybe, or 17. And yes, like Adriana says, we have been meeting for several months and finalized this project in June in Cartagena, Colombia. At that meeting, we defined it to, how do you say, a preliminary line of work. And that includes climate change adaptation, nature-based management, governance and public policy advocacy, technological innovation and digital solutions, water diplomacy and cross-border cooperation, and especially strengthening local capacities. That's the main objective of this project, and I hope we count on all of you to make this project successful. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Freddy Bolaños. I am from Costa Rica. I studied sanitary engineering at IHE from 1997 to 1999. There you can see my contacts. Um, I I have been able to work in different sectors. I work in the private sector, in the public sector. Actually, at this moment, I am an independent consultant. It's a pleasure for me to be here and welcome to everybody. The idea of this group is to support ourselves from a part of capacity building, but also just like a group of knowledge supporting everyone that has some kind of need in their country. And as Rolando said, is a very ideal condition. And the focus that we have is to really grow as a American group. So thank you very much, and I give the floor to Maria Laura.
Very good. Thank you, Freddy, and thank you all for your presentation. We are going to change a little bit the program because at IHE we are now with the thesis presentations, and our next speaker is in a thesis presentations and just tells me that he will be a few minutes later. So I give the floor to Marco to present which are the ideas about the group and what we can be developed by the group. Marco, the floor is yours for your presentation.
Thank you very much, Maria Laura. See if
And
you
last but not least, we are going to open the floor for discussions and questions, but also if you have in mind some questions and you would like to write it in the chat, you are, of course, always welcome.
Thank you. As you know, this idea to create or to enroll in this net of special professionals from IHE is very important for everybody. And I think it's a good time to reinforce these links that we have and all the expertise that we develop already after being alumni at IHE. We consider that organized network of professionals is not just a technical group. It's an strategic stakeholder in the development, in the planning, and in the time to make political decisions in our countries, in our regions, and we can transform the development of the regions through exchange our experience and approaches and reinforce all this network that we are trying to do. To try to reach this goal, we are thinking in as 5 or 6 points of view that we have to continue with the activities for planning for this coordination in Americas, and also coordination linked with the coordinators of each country in the regions and in to sharing problems, common problems. The first step that we are planning to do is to strengthen and energize the alumni network here in the Americas through coordinate and articulate activities with national coordinators and promote the activity of the party or the members. An example is just one example that we are thinking is, let's say, consolidate the alumni group in Guatemala from my colleague, and it's just an example. Could be Ecuador, any country or any regions, to articulate actions in various required topics, such as sanitation, such as water pollution, and others, involving also local stakeholders in try to make an uh, path, route path, no? And so we can increase this networking, doing this kind of work in different countries, in different areas, in different regions. The second step that we are planning to do is develop, maintain an integrated regional database. This is a requirement as well as a cooperation, different cooperation to know which kind of experience this group has. So we will systematize the experience, positions, and work sectors of the alumni of all of you. Link it as well of the official IHE registry. You know, like some programs of IHE are changing the names, and we can systematize. We can make this database on a convenient way to answer all the requirements that the corporation needs. As an example, is just create a map of expert at wetland management in Argentina and Paraguay, let's say, to link with the initiatives of the Paraná and Paraguay corridor, no? As well on the all to connect all the experts with the programs linked with Jeff, no? Like La Plata Basin or Amazon Basin. There is a lot of Jeff project nowadays is in execution as well in Venezuela as well we have. So we have to try to make this database specifically to show the expertise of this group has. The third step that we are planning to do is another initiative that is required for many international cooperation is to legalize the institutional framework of the alumni network of the international level. We have to obtain the legal status which allows participation in bidding process and be authorized to manage funds and develop an environmental ecosystems, especially in water resources and environmental issues. So for this step, we need all your collaboration to know what are the requirements that we need to make to obtain the legal status of international status. As an example of this, if we have the legal status, we can support the countries in monitoring and compliance with the developed objectives and NDCs, exchange of experience between how we solve some gaps in different countries with common problems. Another step that we are planning to do is mobilize resources and generate strategic alliances, identify and manage cooperation funds and agreements that supports both alumni and regional water and environmental projects. That is something that most of us are doing nowadays. But now we are this group we have this space to reinforce and to change capacities and opportunities. And as an example, is to articulate with IDB in Central America to run opportunities for climate change adaptation projects, also with UNESCO programs and others programs that we can identify. The fifth step is to promote the exchange of knowledge and continuous training. through organized meeting, workshops, this kind of virtual meetings that we can exchange a case of studies that we can have, and we can receive all the ideas, the brainstorming from the specialists, from group of professionals, and we can have an annual course in different issues like water, environmental topics, and disseminate this experience in the region. An example is the hold a workshop in Colombia, let's say, it's just an example on water governance and transboundary basis with the participation of alumni with experience on transboundary water development, and to establish the roadmap that could be useful for the local governments or regional governments. And last and not least, but is our goals, the 6 steps, is promote the academic and technical service offering the IHE Delft. This is through this we can achieve through disseminate postgraduate programs, tailor-made training, and applied research in public and private sectors. Like as example is coordinate the specialized course on water risk management or focal authorities and for NGOs and in countries like Bolivia, Peru, and Ecuador for the similarity of problems that we have in that kind of issue. So this is just some ideas that we share, the coordinators share, and try to start doing this period, this 2 years of working that we are starting now, and we want to know the ideas and the feedback that you have, how to solve these steps. Of course, this presentation will share with you. We will share, and this meeting is recorded as well, so we can develop and design the steps and activities from coordinators and from the members if you have some ideas to work on it. So please, the floor is open for networking and ideas, and we will able to listen all your ideas, your brainstorms, your opinion of our initiatives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marco. And Alex has joined us, so we are going to listen to his presentation. He is a senior lecturer in urban drainage and sewerage, but he's also an alumnus from Colombia. And after that, we open the floor to meet and greet and to exchange different ideas. Alex, the floor is yours.
Let's first if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Very good. And can you see me? Because I'm using a different
We
camera
can see
now.
you as well.
Very good. Hello, everyone, and good to see you. And good to see some names that I know and some other names that I don't know. That's very good. So, Maria Laura introduced me. My name is Alex Sanchez. I'm from Colombia. I studied my master in 2005 at IHE. And I did my PhD here as well, and now I'm a senior lecturer, as Maria introduced me. And since this year, I'm also having a special role, which is coordinating the region, which means Latin America and the Caribbean. And that is just a new mechanism that IHE is having to, let's say, have a more, keep an eye on the region as a system, as a cluster, and to engage better with the alumni coordinators, but also with the country coordinators. So myself, I'm a country coordinator with for Guatemala, And that means often I have exchange of messages with Rolando and also with Karin and other colleagues in Guatemala. So that's just a different head, and so it's basically to facilitate events, participation of events, and some other type of initiatives that we are just starting to develop, to think together. Okay, so I'm going to share some slides for you. Some of you know what I'm going to present, some of you don't probably. So you need to tell me if you see my screen or my slide. I don't know what you see, by the way.
We're seeing your screen.
Did you see my screen or did you see just PowerPoint? Sorry.
This is PowerPoint.
Full screen?
Changing capacities and water
No, it's okay.
sanitation.
Full screen or not?
Full screen.
Full screen. Very good. All right.
Yes.
Thank you. So basically, I'm coordinating. This is an internal initiative of IHE. It's a catalyzer. We call them catalyzer. It's just a way we were finding ideas on how to accelerate, especially accomplishing the SDGs. So we are working on this one, which is focusing on capacities for water and sanitation organizations in Latin America and the Caribbean, and we call it NCIMA. So we have different ways to engage, and one of them is to engage with the alumni coordinators in the region, but also with the professional associations and also with different companies that we are working with, investment banks and associations of utilities. Why? Well, there is still a lack of development in the sector, from water supply to basic sanitation to sewage, wastewater treatment. We are lagging behind. Urban drainage infrastructure. We are still having all kinds of problems with floods and flooding events. And let's say there is an estimate of a level of investment required. It's a little bit, it's not very homogeneous. Some countries are doing better than others, but it's of the order of 2% of the GDP is needed to be invested in the next 10 years, I would say, to accomplish some of these goals. So it's a level of investment, and just having to look into study done by CEPAL. Besides money, which is, of course, every country prioritizes in a different way, and the level of investment is different. There are some issues, and the issues are related to executing the project. So even from the formulation of the projects, there are still problems. So formulating projects, and when you get the money, then you have a problem with executing the projects. So projects get delayed in time, and also they will cost more. So that's an issue to be resolved. Lack of data and data to support the decisions you are taking. So that's still a challenge in the region. So monitoring data. How are we? How good are we in having spatial data, but also temporal data, monitoring stations of all different types. Now there are two that are very interesting, and this connect with what Professor Eddy, our rector, mentioned about the United States in particular. The Bloomberg report saying the next crisis they're going to face in the sector is not having people, staff. Well, that is the same for the region. This report from CEPAL is already indicating that there is a lack of qualified personnel, professionals in the sector. And there are already countries that are indicating that this is becoming a very urgent issue. For instance, Colombia already saying from Andesco, saying the main utilities in the country, they do not have enough young people, young talent entering the companies to replace the workforce that is retiring very soon. So the average age is increasing, and the younger generations are not very interested in spending 20 years in one place, learning the job, and all of that is playing a role. So that is already booming, and it's a crisis that is going to very soon start, because and besides this, of course, there are other issues. It's not very black and white. There are issues with migrations. A lot of talent going and staying in other places. Looking for different opportunities, but the reality is we don't have enough people in the sector, in the region. The other thing that is interesting is the lack of engineering companies, which means that there is not enough diversity in professional consultants and professional companies doing the job in the region. And there are other issues related to fulfilling law, so fulfilling environmental laws, standards, standardization, and other things related to land acquisition, etc. And so this analysis does not include the fact that we are facing climate change. And we all have seen in recent years what happened in Mexico City, what happened in Bogota, what happened in Montevideo, but parts of Buenos Aires as well. You name it, it's almost every day in the news. There is something happening with water. Flash floods, flash droughts, not having enough, not balancing enough. So, we need to change the approach, and we need to produce a lot of professionals with the adequate skills and tools to tackle these problems. Anyway, we are engaged in this dialogue with banks, with different associations, with our alumni professionals associations. We did a first workshop last June in Cartagena in Colombia. It was a very nice and productive meeting. Some of you joined in Cartagena. Thanks for that. And I think we see that there are a lot of needs. I think we are kind of cross-validating also some of these bullet points presented by CEPAL, some of the issues mentioned, in particular from the group working together, the alumni group, issues about technology selection for wastewater, but also for water supply, operation and maintenance issues, rotation of personnel and not proper, let's say, continuous training to do the job. Projects just taking too long to get the money or secure the money. Then when you get the money, the conditions change it and you don't have the opportunity to update the terms. So by the time you are doing the project, everything that you assume is probably different. New challenges related to SDGs, to political agreements, for instance, climate change, and the agreements related to that, but also how to do this in practice. How to deal with scarcity, with water pollution, with cascading effects, and there are many other issues coming from there. Now, in relation to training, I don't know if you see this, sorry. Is it better? I hope it's better. Related to training, so capacity development, capacity building needs to be done at different scales. That's very important, national, regional, local level. For instance, one of the cases I remember very well, Chile, for example, very good capacities in terms of consultants, engineering companies, but then when they go to discuss with local authorities, then they can see that they are facing a different dialogue at different levels. So there is a little bit of asymmetry in that discussion in those needs, but in general, that needs to be organized or taken into consideration when we are talking about training and capacity development. All experience like Jamaica, so mentioning, when you go out to do a master, when you come back, you need to spend some hours to train other junior engineers. That seems to be like a good practice that maybe other countries can be inspired for, for those type of examples. Also that, training, continuous education, all of that is the initiative of individuals. And that doesn't necessarily link to competences and doesn't necessarily link to your salary going higher, being raised as you progress in the scale. There is a connection, but let's say it's mainly done at the individual level. They also mention things like, there are other companies or small companies providing capacity development at, let's say, a lower cost, but certification and quality is still a challenge. Also from the alumni, they're saying, and I think it's aligned with what Marco just presented, is that we can use, IHE can make use of the alumni network in the region in a better way, and that's things we need to discover, find out how to do that. So these are just some pictures. Out of this group or within this group, it was discussed, agreed that Marco, Rolando, and Adriana will start by having the coordination of the region for the time being, while we let's say, advance and progress in other kinds of agreements. In parallel with this, we prepare a survey, and this survey is done first was done in English in SurveyMonkey. This is the QR code for English. And as you can see, we also have a QR code now for Spanish and a QR code in Portuguese, mainly for Brazil, of course. So we have a very good response in English, a fantastic response in Spanish, very good. Brazil is really starting, but I have to say the Spanish and Portuguese version were finalized last week, and thanks to Cristiano, but also Yara and our colleagues from Brazil, others here in IHE that helped to review the Portuguese version. And guys, please promote the Spanish version as well. I think for 1 week having the Spanish version, the output is very good, but there are countries where I'm expecting to get more answers to have a good analysis of, especially, part of the things that are happening is, of course, the sector is changing. The conditions in Europe are also changing, also in the Netherlands with the government. Probably you read in the news they're cutting budgets for the universities. That will affect IHE. It's affecting IHE already. That means we need to make priorities at some point, and that's why the data of the survey is very important. We need to understand, how can we do that better? Which are the priority sectors where we are probably where we can have a role, and how to do it, which modality. We are also trying to do something similar for the Caribbean islands. And we also have this Small Island States Development Initiative here in IHE. So we are trying to see how we can do that for the Caribbean, not that we are forgetting the Caribbean. It's very important, but they also feel that, in terms of culture and the size of the territory and the issues is a little bit different than the rest of the continental countries. Working on a report already, that's why we need to have a bit more answers. We would like to validate some of these results in a second workshop. And the proposal is to do that in the Congress of ANEAS in Mexico, in León. That will be at the end of November. Working on that and see what is the format and what are the possibilities to do that. Not sure yet. And then also working on a proposal, because one of the things we already know is that we will probably need a sponsor. That is very clear. We need a sponsor if we want to advance in this, and we need to understand what will be the best way and what are these potential sponsors to present an initiative that is a little bit more comprehensive across different countries and to address different issues. In 1 month, more or less, we will have a meeting here in IHE with the diplomatic representations from the Latin American countries in The Hague. So the ambassadors from mostly all of the Latin American countries will come to IHE, where we are going to have just an executive presentation meeting, but also we would like to hear, what kind of priorities they have in terms of water sanitation and water in general, not only utilities, but also the sector, water resources. What are the priorities and how is their agenda here, and how can we do a little bit of networking with them to triangulate with perhaps with our alumni coordinators as well. Good. I think that's all what I wanted to tell you. And well, happy to have any comment or question if you have any. Just let me know. Thank you.
We can thank you very much, Alex, and all presentators. And I would like to invite now everybody to, if you wish, to unlock your video so we can see each other and open the floor for questions, answers, ideas, and networking. I'm very happy that this group has been formed, and I think it will be the opportunity to work more, all of us together, and also, as Marco says, to strengthen the links with a lot of professionals that have studied at IHE Delft. The experiences per country is fantastic, and I think that now we would like to to expand it for the regions, for the continent. I'm working to launch the groups that are missing. So I hope that at the end of the year, we'll have all the countries with a network per country so that the professionals can exchange and interact. And one of the ideas that we also have, and we would like to implement very shortly, is just an idea that has been organized by other organizations, embassies, etc. But we are going to launch a series of online seminars on topics that are really relevant for the Americas, and it will be IHE with the help of one of the countries coordinating and will be open to all alumni interested for the continent. Well, we have speak a lot on this side. Who would like for the participants to talk or take the floor to say something? Carolina, would you like to say something? Carolina is a very active alumna of Colombia and is also part of the Netherlands Association of Colombia. There are still some Netherlands alumni associations alive in many countries, and unfortunately, they have disappeared in other countries because they don't have any more support. But what we are willing here is to strengthen communities, to strengthen alumni, because you are an important network that you should be collaborating together. Vishay, can you activate the audios and the videos of everybody? Okay, sorry. We have with us, I see several coordinators of countries. And I would like to read some comments. Benly Liliana Ramirez Igareda is country coordinator of Mexico, mentioned, friends, I need to go in a few minutes. The NCIMA initiative is amazing. My point is that if it is possible to legalize this network, please count with me to do so. I have experience with this. In fact, I have some other proposals to strengthen the network, and I will contact you soon regarding this. Maybe you want to take the word, and Marco Antonio, because we were looking for that.
Yes, we are. Thanks to Bentley, we know that she's very active ex-alumni, so we will get in contact and we'll trying to follow the requirements to get the legal status of the network and the ex-alumni from IHE. Thank you.
Who would like to take the mic?
Natalie Fonseca is
Natalie.
with the hand raised. Yvette Calderon as well. Catalan.
Natalie, go ahead, please.
But she's an unmute. No.
Yeah, I was not.
Where are you, Natalie?
Mic is off.
You're muted.
The host. Oh. Okay.
Yes.
So hi everyone. I'm Natalie Fonseca. I recently graduated from IHE, and I'm from Colombia, but I moved to Malaysia. And now that I see that Bendy, now that I see that Bendy sent a message, I met her today. And we were discussing about.
Wait a second, please.
Yes.
Please, the persons that are not talking, please let us cross the...
zoneamento costeiro aqui, né?
Natalie, can you... Can you, the persons that are not talking, close the mic so that we can hear well the speaker?
Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Perfect. So right now, because it's a bit difficult to some bureaucracy for me to get a job in Malaysia, I'm working in my personal projects, and that's making a video content related to water, especially in sanitation. And I'm working now with Bentley to produce some videos about the shitty world of of sanitation for the toilet day, for the Halloween. We're going to talk about topics like gases that kills, and these are just some examples. And I would like to connect with everyone in to produce some material that could be useful. The idea of producing this material is to take all the knowledge that we have to the community, to speak in a language that it is not for engineering public, but for the society, to connect that gap that disconnect the community with the engineering and the government. Yeah, that's it. And nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Natalie. And I'm
Natalie.
smiling because with the coordinators, we were very stressed thinking, yeah, and we will need this and we will need that, and it will be good to legalize. And this, I say, well, we said, let us relax because when we start, there are a lot of enthusiastic alumni that they may have a lot of ideas and they may be engaged in blogs, in this and that. And as I can see, the ideas are starting. Thank you very much, Natalie. Who was next, Marco, to speak?
Was
Well, I see Álvaro Padilla
Álvaro
with the,
Padilla now, but was before was Carolina, I think. Carolina Ocampo.
okay. So
No,
Yes.
it was Iberes,
Álvaro,
but she has to leave.
okay.
Okay, right.
Álvaro, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Ok,
Álvaro,
gracias. Ahora sí, now, do you listen to me?
yes,
Sí.
yes, yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yes, we
okay.
can.
No, I'm happy with this group because it's a very important idea to put in practice, something that is very powerful. In Bolivia, we have organized with the direction of Marco, the Bolivian alumni group, and we have shared a lot of ideas, and we are starting working programs. I am a part also of a very old group. I am a graduated from Environmental Science and Technology 1981. It's a very consistent group. We meet every Sunday. And we have made a nice project, for instance. It's to measure the quality of tropical rivers in Bolivia that feeds the Madeira River. And we have found a way to start with the project. Now we are starting with phase 0. Next Sunday, Bella Shani from Hungary will be in Cochabamba, and he will travel to River Alta, which is the meeting point between Beni and Madre de Dios River. So he will try to see how to get samples for hydrobiological indicators of the quality. I will be glad to share it with in the beginning with the Bolivian alumni group. We will combine it, but I see how the group of alumni can do things, and now this project that he's been drawn a whole year. We have been working 1 year with this powerful group that I say it's working very nice. And I imagine what can we do with this American group. So the project has a broader view. We can do a lot of things. I am missing here people from Brazil, for instance, but for our project, for the Bolivian project, the Amazonian project, we will have to contact the Brazilians and so on. I congratulate Maria Laura and Marco Antonio, really, and all the group that have managed to build this international group, because I see a big field to still work. In spite of age, as you see, I am quite old. Uh, we can be active with this kind of support of a group. Okay, thank you to the organizers, and I hope I will be an active part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvaro, and no doubts you will be, because he is one of very active in the group of Olivia, but also in the group of his batch, and he will share that experience in another occasion. And we have nearly 2,000 alumni in the Americas, and I think this network is so rich because you have learned networking at IHE, and you had to continue networking. And we must not be afraid. Today there is nobody of Brazil, and today we are 30, and tomorrow there will be another 30. But the important point is to have it. Now we have the WhatsApp, that it will be for really formal exchange, and the LinkedIn to see in which place everybody is working. Of course, we have to think about which kind of information we would like to share, and to start to think about other platforms that can help us to share that information. And ideas are always welcome. And now I will give the word to Eduardo. I think it was not to. Oh, the messages are gone. To Juan Eduardo Gilmora. Please, the floor is yours, Juan Eduardo. And don't forget to say where you're from. Eduardo Gilmora is on the room?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Certainly, it's a pleasure to say hello to all of you. As you say, I am Eduardo Gilmora, living in Cusco, and I studied environmental science and technology during 1980 and 1981, together with other colleagues from Latin America. Between them, Alvaro from Cochabamba, Bolivia, a lady from Mendoza in Argentina, and another colleague, another lady from Jamaica. I am actually a retired university professor, and I am working in the graduate school of several universities here in the south part of the country. I am also an environmental consultant. My area of specialization is environmental impact studies, environmental management, and pollution control. I hope really we can share experiences in the upcoming activities planned by the group. Perhaps seminars, forums, conferences, courses, workshops, etc. And certainly will be a pleasure to be part of such an interesting and dynamic work group like we are starting today. It is a pleasure again to say hello to Álvaro. He is a leader of our group, and it is a pleasure to know as well that Chani Vela from Hungary are coming to South America. I have to tell you that we are exchanging experiences, especially from Cochabamba, Álvaro from Cochabamba, and myself in Cusco, Peru. It will be a pleasure, certainly, to share experiences with all of you. It is a nice group, I say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eduardo. Marco, can you see other? I only see one screen. I cannot see all the people, unfortunately.
I see, but nobody else is raising hands. So,
Carolina Ocampo is back. Please, Carolina, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. I'm Carolina Ocampo from Colombia. As Maria Laura mentioned, I'm part of the Netherlands Alumni Association of Colombia. We are a very active alumni association. It's really nice to have this platform from all alumni from Americas. And also, if there's any other country that wants to know about our experience as a alumni association, please contact me. We can exchange our experience, and it's also I would like to also work a little bit more, maybe with Adriana, with the local activities. And we always work together with the embassy. They are very open to work with us. We always do an annual event here in Colombia as the pre-departure. So we prepare all the students that are going to the Netherlands. So it's a really nice activity that we do since, I think, 2014. And yeah, we are open to work with the local coordinators. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carolina. There will be a meeting with the country coordinators, and I was also planning to invite you because you are a perfect link with one of the only Netherlands alumni, or one of the few Netherlands alumni group that are alive. So your experience is also very important. I would like to mention something because many people ask me, Maria, can you share the list of alumni? No, I cannot, because there is a law of privacy in Europe that Maria is not anymore allowed to send the list to everybody, unfortunately. I can send the messages to everybody, but I cannot share it. For that reason, we have, when you register, it was the specific question, would you like to share your contacts with the others or not? And for that reason, it's also very important, and we are going to start by the countries trying to prepare a database. India, for example, has done a very good example. They made a PDF file with picture of the alumni with a brief description. So maybe we can go for that, or for something more simple to facilitate also our networking. That at this moment, one of the way is the LinkedIn group that I invite you to share, just to share your profile, because we don't chat too much in that group. I would like to give the floor to Carlos Aponte Rivero from Venezuela.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Carlos. I'm the country coordinator in Venezuela, and I was a student of the master program in water management between 2014 and 2016. I'm very pleased about this meeting and all this idea. I just want to share 2 points that we can think about it and could be important as an activity in this network. The first point is that I think that we can use this network in the Americas for supporting the academic programs in the region. I'm pretty sure that within this group, we have a lot of professors in different universities in different programs. And I think that could be very easy just for starting, that just knowing who are the professors. For instance, I'm lecturer for water management in my country, and I can have just a presentation online. It's something that we don't need resources for that. And I can invite, for instance, Marco Antonio Torrico for present an experience about his work in Bolivia or in international projects. And this could be very valuable for the students, for the professor, and could be important also for promoting IHE in the different countries with something that is very concrete, with a support in this academic work. And we just need, for doing that, to make this agreement, just to know who is who is working as professor and what kind of programs. And this could be very easy, but I think that it's important not just only by this activity, because this coordination and this supporting could lead for another kind of collaboration. For instance, to have some IHE graduates as invited professors in other universities, and for supporting this exchanging and to meet all the people in the region to know really who is where and doing what. And I think that it could be very easy for starting, just to have a formal activity, just to start this network of academic support. I think it's very easy and very important, and a concrete idea for start working. And another one is not as easy as that, but we can think in different ways for increase the access for the student of the region to IHE. This imply different funding, supporting, that is not easy for identify, but we can work on this. And not only for be studying in Delft, that is, I think it's important to have different ways, particularly for Latin American students, but finding another ways to increase this access online, to have all these courses that we can develop in Spanish, to make it easier, or in Portuguese for Brazilian students. And we can work on this. It's not easy, but I think that it's really important to have to increase the access of the students of the region for the different academic resources that have the IHE in the region. So I think that we can think on that, and we can develop step by step in this way. But I think it's very important to make this to make the IHE closer to the region. All right. And the first step, the first idea about academic supporting, I think it's very easy. We can start right now with this. Thank you. That's my idea for you.
Thank you very much, Carlos.
Thank you very much, Carlos, for your idea that is linked to something that we were discussing the other day with some coordinators, the need to identify the different careers or the different topics that everybody, or fields that everybody is working at the moment: academic, coastal, sanitation, to start to also find that type of expertise and who is in the research, in the academic, in the banks, and etc. And we come back again to a kind of database. I don't have it at IHE. They have by a mistake, they erased the place of work. But it was also not up to date, because when somebody graduates after, they don't update the work experience so much. So, but maybe we should find a way to start to collect that information of the people that would like to share it. And so we can start to point out, okay, Carlos is working as a professor in this topic in this university. Oh, Adriana is working in that, and in that way to start to get to know more each other. And of course it could be certain groups of students say, well, Maria, I'm in sanitation, I'm in coastals, I would like to have a meeting or to have an online seminar on this topic, or and those are the things that knowing each other will be easy for us to also have more ideas. So excellent idea, and we will start, at least starting after we improve with the collection of data. I think that in 4 minutes 20, we will have to to close this meeting for today, that it has been very, very productive. Probably today we are this 30, tomorrow we can be another persons, but it will be good to start to have this meeting, not every week, of course, but periodically, to start to be more in touch and to exchange or start to develop ideas. And all the ideas that you have, and if you have time to support, you are always welcome, because we have pointed out for alumni coordinators, but we are willing to do a lot of things, so probably we will need more expertise. For example, Natalie say, "Oh, I'm doing this." Okay, Natalie can be developing that and sharing with us, and in that way, we start to put to nourish this group. Thank you very much for being with us today. This video will be shared in the newsletter and by email to all alumni of the Americas. And I think thank you to all, but I will pass the word to the alumni coordinators for the closing. Please, the floor is up to the four of you. Thank you very much.
Ladies first. Adriana, please.
Thank you so much for your participation and for all your comments. Carlos Aponte, your ideas are very interesting. We will think about it. We want to begin to do this kind of networking, to improve it, to get close with all our alumni. We were talking some weeks ago about, also, we are country coordinators. For our country, we want to improve this connection, this networking, and from that, we can extend to the other countries to see who is working in the government, who is working in education, who is working in private companies, and what are the issues of coastal, hydroinformatics, all the careers we have in the IHE. So I think it's very important. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very glad for be part of it. And everyone, if you need something from me from Colombia, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. We will see next time.
Ready? Rolando?
Thank you. I'm really glad of participating in this meeting and see all the massive participation of all of you. So thank you for being here, and count on me on this very great project. Marco, especially you, you came with the idea in many years ago, so it sounds easy, but we have many years talking about this. So this is a very great day. And Maria also, thank you for your effort. Freddy, and Adriana. Alex is not here anymore, but yeah, thank you. That's my main conclusion of this meeting. So looking forward to keep the effort growing. Have a good day.
Freddy.
Well, first of all, thank you everybody to be here. Thank you, Maria Laura. Thank you, Marco, and the organization of IHE, of course, and the support. From my side, I just want to put myself as a server of anyone that needs any kind of support here in Costa Rica, but also for the region. Really, it was a pleasure. And as you see, there are things going on here, and we hopefully see that we will be able to achieve a lot of success. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. And yes, big applause for this launching at the end, that it will be a fantastic network. Congratulations to all of you for being here and for knowing very well what is the importance of networking and willing to have this network for all of us. Thank you very much and see you in our next meeting. Please do not hesitate to write the coordinators, me with ideas, with whatever. We are ready to share and to express it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much and see you soon.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so
You
much.
have our
Bye.
Put like
contacts.
this, picture, a smile and picture.
You have our contacts, please.
Yes.
We are at your service to strain this network, and hopefully everything will be realized soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you next
Bye
time.
to
See you
everybody.
next
Bye.
time.
Nice. Next time. See you.
See you. Ready, Vijay.